Greetings to all and welcome to Ansarkari. Let us start with the first of the series of Anthropology 101. This series will is actually looking to build upon a discussion and an understanding about anthropology as an optional for those who are looking to understand what the subject is and they want to pursue this optional for your UPSC Civil Services examination. Before starting this video, I would just like to say to those who have not subscribed to our channel, please do, because this channel will help you build a better understanding about all those complex topics that you wouldn't find otherwise. With this, let's start with our first video on anthropology. Before we get into the syllabus of what is anthropology, I just want to refer a couple of topics for you. As you can see, this is the official notification of UPSC, which I have downloaded for you. And there are two things to the mains examination. Okay. The first thing is to understand what kind of questions are they trying to build upon. Okay. It says that the nature and the standard of questions in the GS papers will be such that a well educated person, okay, so the first key term is a well educated person, he can answer them without any specialized study, and these questions are made to test the general awareness. Okay, so the second key point is general awareness of variety of subjects. So before getting into the optional, first of all, it is important to understand what is the mains examination, what is UPSC looking for, and I would also recommend to everyone who is watching the video to go back and look at the mains questions. You can look at any previous year question paper and you will understand what areas does UPSC focus on, how does it frame its questions, and what is it asking you, right? The second point in this same area, it says that the scope of the optional paper will be a level higher than the bachelor's degree and lower than the master's degree. So for those of you who are uh, thinking of taking anthropology or any other technical subject, you have to understand that whatever you will be reading, it should be a level higher than the bachelor's degree, but not as high as the master's degree, right? So whatever material you refer or whatever you do with respect to your optional, it has to be higher than what a bachelor's degree would offer, right? So the main aspect of any optional would be to build an understanding of the subject, and that is what we are going to do by discussing the syllabus of anthropology optional. Okay, so let's start. We will be only covering a part of it because I don't want to burden you with the whole syllabus at one point of time, just to get an understanding of what is actually anthropology. Anthropology is the study of mankind. So everything that we have done in the past, so prehistory, history, present, and future, is what anthropology is. And with this, you would understand that how simple and complex both the subject is, right? Why I mean simple is because it relates to our everyday activities in such a way that they're so minute that sometimes we even forget. That all forms a part of anthropology. And when I say complex, it does not mean that the subject is complex, but the nature of complex activities that have happened in the prehistoric past. Let's say, for example, the evolution, how the evolution happened, why did it happen, that is what anthropology is. Along with that, since you know that there are two papers, paper 1 and paper 2, paper 1 is the technical part, right? And paper 2 is the it talks about the anthropology from an Indian perspective, right? So you would find a lot of repetition in the syllabus as well. When you will be going through the topics in the syllabus, you will find that the topics are getting repeated. There is overlapping in many topics, directly and indirectly. Secondly, also that when you when you go through the material for paper 1, you will find that it is limited. The scope of paper one's topics is very limited, and similar is what you have to read for it. Okay, so let's say, for example, if I start with the first unit, it says meaning, scope, and development of anthropology. Now, just look at the first three units, that is 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 in all one go. You will find that they're all interrelated. Without knowing the meaning, scope, and development of anthropology, you will not be able to understand its relationship with other disciplines. And these relationships, these are directly related to the branches of anthropology. So, the relationship with social science, the relationship of anthropology with social science is directly related to social cultural anthropology. Or medical science is directly related to biological anthropology. You would say, I'm assuming that since you are looking at these videos and you are preparing for the examination, you would understand what social science is. Social science includes history, polity, economy, all those institutions in a society, all are a part of social sciences, right? Similarly, for medical science, uh, biological anthropology is the physical aspect, so it is directly related. Earth science would focus on the evolution of Earth, right? All the activities in the ecology, and archaeological anthropology is again related to earth sciences, right? So without doing the second unit, you can't do the third one, and it is vice versa as well. So in the initial topics only, you are finding a lot of overlapping. So whatever you read for the second unit, you can replicate it in the third unit, and whatever you read in the third unit, you can easily use it in any of the topics in the second unit, right? First three units are very straightforward. They've just mentioned that what is the meaning, what is the relationship, what are the branches, right? So you would obviously get come across many examples which you have to reproduce in the paper as well, but you have to understand it and then reproduce it, and not just write it down on a paper. You have to understand what it is. Then we come across the fourth unit, and you will find that it is a little technical, and it has to be as well, since human evolution and emergence of man. So anthropology has made, so since you've come across these branches, right? Sociocultural anthropology, biological anthropology, archaeological anthropology, linguistic anthropology. To understand all of these, you would need to know what is the evolution. So the first aspect is biological and cultural factors in evolution, right? What were the physical factors? What were the cultural factors? You need to know this. And with these, you can apply them in the above topics as well. Its relevance, its relationship, right? The theories of organic evolution, you would find that this is a little technical term, organic evolution, right? But you have heard of Darwin, because he is the first person who comes to mind while if we even think of evolution. So these are theories of pre-Darwinian era. Who was the first thinker? What did Darwin say? And who were the people who came after Darwin to substantiate what he said, along with producing facts of what all has come in the future. So let's say genetic engineering. This is a part of the post Darwinian theories. It is just an application of that. Synthetic theory. So these are Doll's rules, Cope's rule, Gausse's rule. These are all thinkers and researchers, and you would find some technical terms as well: parallelism, convergence, adaptive radiation. See, the point is that once you come across these theories and once you do them, once you understand what it is, just like a Newton's law or an Archimedes principle, wherein you understood that what is buoyancy, or for each and every action there's an opposite reaction, you don't have to go back again and again and read them. Similar is for these theories as well. Once you understand what a pre-Darwinian thinker said, you don't have to go back again and refer to it, because you've understood, right? Then we come to the fifth unit, which is characteristics of primates. So, the taxonomy, so you would refer to the time scale and you would have, if you have gone through history for pre and mains, you would obviously come across these terms like Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic. That is all it talks about. The primate taxonomy. How did what were the differences between primates and man, right? And why did those evolutions happen? What are the features of primates, right? The living major primates, the apes, okay? Comparative anatomy. One more thing to keep in mind is that since the syllabus is not very vast, it is concise, you have to keep on innovating, okay? So you have to keep on producing something that is different. You have to be, I'm not saying that you have to be an artist or a sketch artist, but you should be able to draw, okay? You should be able to draw diagrams, represent it in a much better manner, so that the examiner understands that you have a fair understanding of the whole comparative anatomy or the physical features, right? And this is the last unit that we are going to discuss today, the phylogenetic status, characteristics, and the geographical distribution. Again, you would find that these are very technical terms, but once you come across, let's say, terms like Australopithecus, okay, or Homo erectus, Javanicus, Neanderthal man, okay. Neanderthal man is a very common term these days, because it has made references so many times in newspapers. There are so many studies being conducted. Okay, so once you study about this, once you read about this, the first time you might find that this is a little technical, but do you understand that how the evolution, what were the stages of evolution? The first stage of evolution started with Australopithecus, and then it went on to Homo erectus, and then Neanderthal, and then Homo sapiens, right? So the current is Homo sapiens sapiens. So you don't have to go back again and again and see, understand the topic. You will just read it once. You will analyze what kind of evolutionary activities took place, why they took place. Okay, there will be some kind of learning. Obviously, in every optional or in any subject, it's not that there is no learning, or there are some facts that you need to memorize, but comparatively you would find that they are much less and much easier as well. With this, I would open the floor for everyone. If you have any kind of questions, you can put it in the comment section below, and we will try our best to address them. And we will come with our next series of the next video with the next part of the syllabus. Do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.